everybody. Welcome to The Lens. My name is Chris Mishler, and once again, we have a fabulous show planned for you guys today. So glad that you tuned in. It means so much to us that you welcome us into your living room or wherever your TV is. It used to be the living room, now it's everywhere. Shed, barn, anything.
Man cave.
Man cave.
There we go, man cave.
Yeah.
That's where it should be. Absolutely.
Anyways, I want to introduce to you my wonderful co-host. Her name is Darla Couch, and she's right there. And Darla, would you introduce to everybody our special guest?
Sure. Well, it is my pleasure to introduce to you Troy Garrett, and he is with NTN,
Yes.
and that is the new manufacturing facility that is coming to Anderson, and so we're really excited about that. And as a consequence, I guess for him, not for me, of working together over the last few months, we have become fast friends. So
good.
It's been a fun friendship.
Now, what is
so.
a fast friend?
A fast
I would
friend
like to know that same
is
answer too.
you like just hang out with somebody and you enjoy them, and so you like talk.
So
I don't know.
you mean you become?
Like
Let's take the term and break it
Let me
down.
put it this way,
Fast
she will
friends.
listen to me, so maybe that makes the difference.
That's what it is.
That's typical. That's
You're
not
the-
typical.
You're the only one.
Well, I
And
don't
she
know about
does.
that, but
She listens to it. I think fast friend means you became friends fast.
yeah, well, we really did.
well, yeah, it was really because of the build, NTN building here in the area. You know, working with the city, meeting with all the council members and that organization, building a family, building a relationship with the community, becoming part of the community, becoming part of the family. So,
Yeah.
and she's a great representative for Anderson.
She is.
She is indeed.
She's
Hey,
a good
thanks.
one. What is NTN? Now I know you said it, but what is it?
Well, NTN is a manufacturer. We develop, design, and manufacture constant velocity joints, which is basically, it's not a drive shaft. However, it's a drive component that will transmit power from your transmission to the wheels, whether it be a front wheel drive, rear wheel drive, or an all wheel drive. And we manufacture these joints, or CV joints, for almost all automobiles out on the market today.
Wow.
So.
I think I might actually need one of those for my minivan out in the parking lot.
I
I
had
happen to know where you can get some. I know where they.
I
I'm like,
had,
wait a minute, that sounds like what's wrong with my car.
Yeah. I had to replace one of those not too long ago.
Really?
So yeah. Yeah. And you guys, it's not drive shafts, however.
Well, it's NTN Driveshaft, and we do make a drive shaft part. We make some of the cylinders for drive shafts. We make some of the different ends, so you can actually friction weld on to based upon what customer needs. But it's really, we concentrate at this plant that we're building, and also in Columbus plant, on the constant velocity joint itself.
Okay.
Now, they do manufacture the drive shafts at other NTN facilities.
Okay.
So,
And you guys are coming here.
yes, sir.
Where at?
We are on we're right next to Nestle, right on the other side of Layton Road.
You know, a lot of people think Nestle is expanding.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
That's
I hear that
well,
a lot. I'm like, no.
Yes.
Well, that would be good news, and they are doing some stuff there. They're
Yes, they're putting up
constantly
that little solar
growing.
field there
That's
for
right.
power. That's actually
Constantly
pretty
adding
neat.
lines, but this is NTN. So
And you guys are building right next to them. You guys purchased 80
That is correct. 80
acres.
with the purpose of putting two buildings up. First, my CV joint building, and then behind that, I will put a shaft building up.
Man, that is so great. My mom just had her CV joint replaced in her hip.
did you guys manufacture that?
Well, no,
That's
we
so
didn't,
funny.
but I actually know the company probably did.
I'm sure you guys are closely linked to that kind of
somewhat.
stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. In my
Yeah.
prior life, I actually worked with some companies to help manufacture like hip joints and ball joints and things
Oh,
like
boy.
that for,
No
for
kidding.
replacements.
Huh.
Right.
And when you say that you make them for all cars,
Yes.
manufacturers, it would be easier to say whom you don't make them for.
Correct.
And who don't you make them for?
Currently, right now, at our plant and facility here, we do not make for BMW or Volkswagen.
And that's it.
That's
But
it.
everybody else, you
Yes,
manufacture
we
drive
manufacture all
shafts.
the other primary and main automotive dealers.
Man, that's exciting.
So,
My goodness sakes. And so, can we talk about what it's going to look like? What's the timetable for your presence?
right now, we've actually already started breaking ground. We've actually completed almost all the foundation work. We've already dug some of our primary cooling pits, so that's already in place. We probably have a few more weeks of that. We'll probably actually start putting up our walls here within by the end of the month.
Really, I want to get pictures of
yes.
that. That's
Are
gonna
those
be great.
the prefab?
Precast is
Precast,
PC precast
Yep.
walls. Yes,
That's
they are
exciting.
manufactured. And matter of fact, we had one of our site managers out visiting the facility today, and they almost have every wall complete. Now they're just going to go through the curing stage, so they'll be ready for delivery at the end of the month.
Wow, that's crazy.
So yes.
So will
And-
they use a crane and?
Yes.
Okay.
No, they just have two guys that lift them up.
That's what I heard, and a dog.
Well.
Sorry, I jumped on that.
Yes, a
That was
little-
ridiculous.
Little yellow safety
That
vest
was so
on.
dumb of me. I'm sorry that I
Whatever.
did that.
I'll
No, but
forgive
it's going to
you.
be a big deal, and the plant's going to be how big?
Well, we are slated for just a little over 400,000 square feet.
So just a little smaller than my home.
Just a little, slightly. Well, a little
400
smaller than your man cave.
Than my
Let's
man
clarify.
cave.
Let's clarify.
400,000 square feet. That's huge,
It's
isn't it?
it's large, but it's an average size plant for manufacturing.
Okay.
It's I mean, I've seen much larger. If you get to your major manufacturers such as Chrysler, GM, those folks, they have large facilities. Ours is probably maybe half that size, but for what we manufacture, it's perfect for us.
Boy, that is wonderful. And that's just one building?
Yes, sir.
And then
Yes.
the next one will be
Approximately.
same thing.
Approximately. Maybe it's going to vary. We haven't got all the details lined out yet, but we're still in the design phase of that.
Okay. Well, here's the kind of the question that I think anybody who's watching is wondering, all three of you that's watching.
And thank you.
And thank
All three of you.
We need you.
We love you.
Well, maybe this one I'll invite 2 other people. to interview.
Five of you.
There we go.
Wait.
We'd like to thank Kim for bringing 2 more.
Almost double.
We
your
love
audience.
you.
Please continue to view.
Statistically, that's an excellent increase in
It is.
Absolutely.
What that would be if it goes from 3 to 5, that's
Yeah.
almost 100%.
And that's why
80%
Troy's so
increase.
good at what he does.
Yes, he is. Always thinking that way. How many jobs is this going to make available?
We are looking to bring in anywhere from about 520 to 550 positions in that plant once it's fully operational. Now, we will take a few years to become fully operational, but that's approximately how many for the first building.
That's first building.
Yes, sir. That will
Are
cover
you
all
allowed to
the-
dream of what it's going to be like for the second building, or you can't say anything yet?
I'd rather not right now.
Okay.
Sure.
But
Because
just
it would
what
just
we
be an
know,
estimation.
what we know is a possibility of at least 500.
Yes, for my primary building, yes.
Now, are we allowed to talk about what that looks like?
Sure.
Because you had me salivating when you were talking about what you guys offer.
Right. As far as
The health
benefits
system,
package,
the
yeah.
benefits, the A buyer for every,
Most everybody that we manufacture for directly out of our plant is the list that we're on. In other words, for example, I just recently bought actually a Jeep, and because we manufacture parts for Jeep out of that facility, that's one of my benefits as an employee. That we have
You get a
access- we
discount
get that
then
discount.
on that vehicle.
Right, and that's in addition to any other typical discount that's offered through the corporation, through that manufacturer. And in this case, it would be Chrysler Jeep.
so talk a little bit about the health benefits.
One of-
Because this is very
Right,
interesting.
Right.
And
One of-
this is, and sorry to interrupt a second time, but this is why I am so passionate about this company and why I am so thrilled that Anderson was able to land this group for
It's
this
because it's
reason
not
right
just
here.
about jobs.
Oh,
It's
no.
a step in a new direction
It is.
that betters our community.
Absolutely. In several different ways, but I'll let you talk about the health benefits first.
Well, what they offer as a benefit to employees is their health plan, and it's very, very robust, very, very positive. NTN as a corporate policy, their doctrine is they take care of their people, and that's true any NTN plant you go to, any plant you go to throughout the world. And I say world because we are worldly located. Our headquarters is in Japan. But the healthcare system they provide is full coverage, and your deductible is very, very low for any time you need the service, and in some cases it's none. They offer eye, dental, full health coverage. And it's not something that's where you're always being referred to. You have to do this or do that. All these little stipulations
Right.
in most typical plans. You go to your doctor, your primary care physician. You go to them, and they will take care of you. You don't have to be referred for all these different things. They are there. They're on the system. It's Blue Cross Blue Shield, but it's one of the higher levels.
Wow.
And I mean, your deductibles are extremely low. Your premiums, monthly premiums are extremely low, based upon what package you purchase, and it covers everybody. We have on-site clinics that are manned and are controlled and operated by.
I love
Yeah,
this.
yeah,
This
yeah.
is what I love.
Yeah, talk about that, because it's not just, it's easy to say, well, you got on-site clinics, but man, the preventative part of that is enormous.
Yes.
Talk a little bit about that, because we gave you a Coke, and you won't even drink a Coca-Cola.
Well, it's not that I won't drink. I mean, I try to watch things like that. I'm trying to take better care of myself, and I hope we all do. I think
Right.
it's important that we do.
But you
And,
guys have a culture of that going.
Yes.
Yeah,
which
what is that
I
culture?
love.
Well, NTN, as a corporate philosophy, is to take care of their people. That's one thing that they really strive to stress and to encourage, not only personally, but also on our professional level as well. So we're very safety conscious, but on a personal level, they offer clinics. For example, and that's the best thing I can do. Give you an
Yeah,
example.
yeah, I would love it.
In Columbus, we actually have an off-site clinic. Now, it's not exclusive to Columbus, or I'm sorry, exclusive to NTN. It's a full-fledged clinic, but one of the benefits that they offer is that me as an employee and my dependents, any of my dependents can go out there for free. And if I have an issue
Unbelievable.
and I need to see a doctor, I get to see a doctor, and it's for free. It's not a cost. Now, if I have major issues that I need to deal with, obviously that's when the cost is going to kick in. But just to go see the doctor, keep track of my health, my eating habits, my blood pressures, sugar levels, all things of that nature, all that's free, and they encourage you to do it quite often. And there's some people I know that go out there probably every couple of weeks just to keep track of what's going on, to help them in their in their personal lives to become better, more healthy and everything else like that.
If I'm an employee with you guys, what is it that's going to happen in my experience with you that's going to move me from being a person who doesn't care about what I eat, if I exercise or not? What is it that you guys provide that kind of moves me into being health conscious?
Well, we have a few different programs that people can participate in, and one of those is where you wear the little pedometer and it tracks your your steps and
You
everything
guys
else
just
like
provide
that.
those.
And we provide those. It's a free cost. And then what's neat about that is, if you meet certain goals and it actually creates kind of like a little competition between
Sure.
everybody, because everybody's in the
Yeah.
group. And
Yeah.
you get to kind of tease up, hey, you're missing steps, or hey, can you do as many steps as I did to try to be, to encourage a healthy lifestyle. And you can actually be awarded money for that,
Wow.
based upon how many
Hey, that
points
would
you
motivate
score.
me, I gotta tell you.
So yes, so
I think the Twinkie would still win out.
Yes.
At least late at night it would. $50, Twinkie.
yes. Occasionally the Twinkie will.
I may go for the Twinkie still,
But
because they don't keep very long.
Oh, right, so
And
you
you
just
gotta
have to
actually
eat
Eat
them.
them fast.
now that's not necessarily true. You watch any apocalyptic movie, and what's the food of choice that everybody says
That really
now
is true.
I know, because
is
it
the
lasts
Twinkie.
forever.
It's because it is.
We took a Twinkie and we broke it down, and it is made up 100% sand and MSG.
Yes, yes.
So that's why it lasts
Enjoy.
forever.
Sand silicon.
We heated it up and it turned into a glass brick. Just kidding. I love Twinkies. Go back. The culture, you provide money even as incentive for people to continue to change the way that they're thinking.
To encourage them to become healthy. I mean, obviously, a healthy individual is going to become more productive. But more importantly, if my family is healthy, that's one less worry I have to concern myself.
Right.
That's one less thing I have to lose work over.
Oh man.
For example, I don't need to take time off because I have a sibling or or my my child or someone is sick and I need to take them to the hospital or see the doctor.
Well, and even your concentration level.
Right.
If
It's so
everything's
much
good
better.
at home,
Right.
then
Yeah.
you're going to be
Absolutely.
okay
And so
there.
that's an incentive, and they encourage that. But what's nice about it, it's actually not only preached, but it's lived, which is, so they live what they preach, and that's what's exciting about it. And we also have, that's something that's offered off-site, but we have that same offering even on-site during the days and all the shifts. We actually have, a nurse available, a doctor available, people that can write prescriptions and they need to, and if it's anything major, then they refer you obviously to larger facilities that can handle things. But your daily, weekly type of issues that you would have to keep costs down, they offer those services free.
Okay, let me ask you this, Troy. That sounds like it's really expensive for NTN to do this, but in the long run, is it making it cheaper for
Absolutely,
NTN?
because it keeps our premiums and everything down, because our workforce is healthier, so we have fewer claims per year.
It's preventative.
Right, absolutely, absolutely.
Man, and so much of what we can easily do is just reactionary, which always
Oh,
keeps
sure.
costs high.
Right.
Absolutely.
It's great that you guys, you're headquartered in Japan, but you're all over the world. You're in the United States. How in the world did you end up here in Anderson?
Well, when we first began the venture for, developing and designing and building a new plant, and obviously that's based upon our customer orders. The more orders we have, the more, the limited capacity I have at each plant. So it tells me I need time to build a new plant. Well, we've been fighting that for a few years, and we know our orders have, just keep continually rising. I mean, you need to think about it. There are 4 wheels on every car.
Sure.
So
And
every
there's a
car out there
CV joint
has-
on every one of them.
Absolutely. At least 2, if not 4.
Yep.
So customer orders drive that, and we finally, get to a point where, okay, it's time I have to build, it justifies me financially to build a new plant, and then you go into the process of looking for a location. And when we started on this venture, we had 3 primary sites in mind, and out of the 3, we picked Anderson for multiple reasons. One is because logistically, the place it is in reference to my Columbus plant and how close it is, and because we will work together. We,
Sure.
we mirror one another. We are part of the same family, and part of that is they will help support us, and because that is my primary plant. That is my main.
That's the hub.
That's the biggest plant for my CV joint areas right there in Columbus. So we will be a satellite of that, and
Okay.
they will support us, and we will, we'll pull from them with that in mind.
Yeah.
Well, but more importantly, as we started going through this process, we started looking at the demographics of the cities and the communities, because obviously I have to hire people. I need an area I can get into that has a good automotive base, if you will.
Sure.
Because
That makes sense.
one thing that's very unique about Anderson is your history.
Right.
It's a great
Good
history.
or bad, you have a history that's actually catered to my need.
Right.
And so it made more sense for us to pick Anderson and look at this as a place to build. Because logistically it was close by. I could get support from my Columbus site if needed. But more importantly, as I start to build my workforce, what do I have to pull from? Well, because of the history, you are very grounded, very deeply grounded in the automotive industry. And yes, there were things in the past that companies moved out. However, that knowledge and skill base is still here.
Right.
And with the unemployment rates as they are throughout the state, throughout the nation, it just made perfect sense to come here, knowing that we would have a good, strong base to pull from. And we could develop and train folks who are first want a job. They want to
Sure.
be there, they want to work, but more importantly, they want to become part of a family.
Wow.
And
And you guys really do have a family atmosphere.
Yes.
It's very much.
yes, it's amazing because it doesn't matter what level you are, what position you hold. People talk to one another. They spend time with one another. We have community events that we all participate in. We have outings that the company sponsors, and it's amazing. I don't care who you are. You work with that individual, you become a family.
Right.
When you do these outings, do they include meat?
Meat?
Uh-huh.
Let me clarify. Is that M-E-A-T?
Yes.
Mercy, where are we going?
Because
She's
I like,
kind
I'm just
a
thinking if it's
bacon
an
fan,
outing, I'm
kind
thinking
of
Bacon.
barbecue.
So are we talking bacon?
Barbecue.
I'm with you. I'm right there with you.
Do I have to be an employee?
Well, I tell you what.
Oh my Lord!
about
You are
this?
not inviting yourself to their.
I'm starving!
Our next outing, and I will promise you we'll have barbecue there or bacon if you prefer. Maybe barbecued bacon. How would
Troy,
that be?
yes.
You know, we could maybe possibly swing that one.
I'm not kidding you.
Great.
I
Did
thought-
you eat lunch today? by any chance?
I did, but it wasn't any good.
Oh.
Then I'm not going to ask where you ate lunch.
No,
Yeah,
that
don't
wouldn't
do
be
that.
good. But it's gone. It's like it just vanished. And then I got to talking about that Twinkie, and the
Right,
wheels got
and so now
rolling.
you're
Yeah.
sitting there hungry.
And I'm starving. And then he got to talking about outings.
I understand how you mean, you know, it's, I understand.
Well,
Why I tell you that my job drives me crazy some days.
understand
Yeah, here
that.
you go.
Absolutely, I can see that.
Yarr. It drives me nuts. Well, Troy, I'm not kidding you. What a place. Where have you been all of our life? Sorry, I just blew the sound meter off the board. But Troy, this is incredible.
Yeah, we are excited about this. I think this is going to be a chance to become part of the Anderson family,
Yep.
and in turn for the Anderson family to become part of our family. And that's the way we really are approaching this.
You like move into a community. You don't
Yes.
just like, you don't hang out on the edge of town, and
Right.
you integrate yourself into the community, become
Right,
a part
and-
of it.
and
Which
there-
again,
right.
like I said a few moments ago, is why I'm so excited about
It's
this.
holistic.
Because, yes, and they really make their home
Yeah.
in the community. So.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
that's
participate. and-
personally and professionally, because the great thing about it is, obviously, we are a Japanese-based company, but myself personally and several of my colleagues that are on our build team, on our design and build team, that as we go through this process, we've already been up in this community looking for housing, looking for different places to live, because we are moving families from Japan. We're moving families, well, in my case, across the road,
Right.
to move here and to live here in Anderson and become part of Anderson as the community.
Who told you to do that?
There's no one told us to do that. That's just
That's
what's
how
going
it
to happen.
goes.
That's part of the process.
What
And I
I'm-
mean, and I understand what you're saying.
Yeah.
I understand what you're asking.
Because not everybody does that.
No,
Right.
I mean, I myself personally, and I can only speak for myself, and the actions of the others that I work with directly on my NDA teams. That's as we identify ourselves, and I apologize for getting kind of tongue-tied there. However, I mean, I myself am looking in the area. Although I could stay exactly where I'm at, which is I live on the northwest side of Indianapolis.
Well, let's just speak to
And,
you. Why are you doing that? You could
Well,
easily.
there are two reasons. Obviously, and we'll deal with the professional reason first. Obviously, it's going to, logistically, it's going to put me close to work.
Sure.
It's going to save me money. I don't want
Mhm.
to commute like that. I like to, keep that commute short. Right now, I have a very long commute back and forth from work, but I enjoy that. I enjoy that time that I can kind of, find myself again after the day's work.
Mhm.
However, just from a financial perspective, it's going to save me money. But for me personally, I grew up in a very rural type area. So I grew up on a farm. I like that. I like a town, but I don't like a city, so to speak.
Sure.
And it's not that I have anything against the cities or anything like that. Obviously, I live in one right now.
Mhm.
But I like that atmosphere where I have people that I know down the road that I can go, stop by.
You can know.
And they're sitting on their the front porch on
Yeah.
the swing, and people, you wave to people, you become part of a family, part of a community. So it's not just becomes an individual, but you get to become part of something bigger and better than yourself.
Yeah.
Well,
So-
and some of the first questions that Troy asked me, he texted me and said, "Hey, I need to know where the good places are to eat in Anderson." So I gave him a list, and he said barbecue. I need to
Yes.
know barbecue right away.
That's what barbecue and bacon.
That is very
That's
true.
so
All
true.
that happened. God bless And the other
Barbecue.
and the other thing he said is, where are the churches? So.
Yep. And we have a lot of places to eat, and we have
do.
a lot of churches.
We do.
And it's like our community is waiting
Oh, we
for
are.
an
We're ready.
influx
We're
of
ready.
people to come
Absolutely.
in. And to
That's a
make
great
home.
way to put it.
Well, Troy, welcome home.
Thank you.
Love
Yeah.
that.
That's awesome. I appreciate that. That's a beautiful welcome.
Yeah. And I'm telling you, man, I wasn't aware. I thought Nestle was expanding.
You were that guy.
I was that guy. To know this and what I just heard today is so, it's almost like this is what Anderson's been waiting for
Absolutely. I couldn't agree more.
for years.
Yes.
And it's not just, I don't even know what you guys pay. That's not even what I'm talking about. I'm talking about this holistic approach that doesn't just put money in somebody's pocket, but helps them to realize that they are so valuable
And they are.
and that they matter.
They do.
And it take that home to their family.
Absolutely. It's a team. It's a group. It's people coming together and sharing ideas and thoughts and concerns and experiences and skills, and to make your workplace not just a second home, but a home away from home.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
Well said.
Thank you for being with us today. Darla, thank you for having him as your friend and bringing him
Yeah.
this
You
way.
can see why I like him around.
Yeah, my goodness
He's
sakes.
a good guy.
Listen, I love what this company stands for, and if they want more information, is there a website that people can go to and look you guys up?
yes, we have just search NTN Driveshaft and you will find our website.
NTN Driveshaft, and you'll find the
Right.
website.
There's
and
a
you can,
link for the North America. There's a link for Japanese side. So
Okay.
if you're bilingual, perfect.
ooh,
So
And they can go also to the city website of cityofanderson.com, and they can, on the homepage on the bottom left-hand corner, hit the Hire Anderson button. You can find there where you can go to apply if you want a position
wonderful,
at NTN.
wonderful. Well, man, I wish you guys the best, and hopefully you'll kind of attract more and more people, more and more companies that are
Yes.
like this to this area, because we are primed and ready
yeah,
for that kind of.
we will have some support companies that will follow us as well.
Thanks for being here, Troy. Darla, thanks for bringing Troy in. I'm
Sure.
excited about this. Ladies and gentlemen, stay tuned for what's happening out there. But remember, you have a choice. And thanks for watching us. And thanks for choosing to watch us.
Right.
And we'll see you next time.